Question marks. This nugget will focus on your use of question marks and how to use them accurately in your writing. A question mark is a type of punctuation that indicates the end of a question. There are only 3 types of punctuation that can be used to indicate the end of a sentence. These are a full stop, a question mark, and an exclamation mark. It's important to learn about the correct use of a question mark because in your exam you're assessed on Assessment Objective 6, and that's your accurate use of spelling and punctuation. First, we need to establish what a question is. A question is a sentence that is worded to elicit or get information. So to put simply, a question is when you ask something. We can take the sentence, I want ice cream. This is not a question. It is a statement expressing desire, but the speaker is not trying to get anything from their statement. Therefore, it does not need a question mark. If the sentence was, can I have some ice cream please? Then the speaker is asking for something. And this is definitely a question. Therefore, it needs a question mark. Often in English, when a question is said aloud, the pitch of the speaker's voice rises. For example, can I have some ice cream? Sometimes it can seem as if something is a question when in fact it is not. For example, give me some ice cream. This is not a question as the speaker is demanding ice cream and not asking for it. Therefore, it does not need a question mark. A question mark always goes at the end of a question posed, which is not necessarily the end of the sentence. If we take this example, do you want ice cream or chocolate? He asked. This is definitely a question and needs a question mark, but where should that question mark go? As this is direct speech, the end of the sentence as a whole is after asked, but the end of the question being asked is chocolate, so we need to put the question mark here. You will need to make sure that you put a full stop at the end of the sentence. You do not need a question mark if you're reporting what someone else has said using indirect or reported speech. He asked me if I wanted ice cream. As we're not hearing a question directly, but being told about the question earlier, we do not need a question mark. Remember, you also do not need speech marks for reported speech. A rhetorical question is a question that is asked that does not expect an answer. It may be that there is no answer, or that the answer is obvious and the question posed is to make a point or for literary effect. What we need to remember when using rhetorical questions is that you should always use a question mark with a rhetorical question. Examples of rhetorical question include, do you want to be a winner? Well, here the answer is obviously yes. How much longer can this injustice continue? There's no answer to this question. Do you think money grows on trees? Well, obviously, the answer here is no, but the question is posed to make a point, usually to suggest that someone is spending too much money. Are you kidding me? Again, this question is posed to make a point that what someone has said is ridiculous. It is important to remember that you do not need speech marks with a rhetorical question unless it is direct speech. A question mark is used in all types of questions, except when that question is being reported through indirect speech. Remember that you should never use more than one question mark in a row in formal writing. This does not add any emphasis to your writing and it is grammatically wrong. You should also make sure that you do use a question mark for a rhetorical question.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Check out more of our content and remember to subscribe to our channel.